Mic. Good morning. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Awake? Yeah, good. At the outset, I offer my sincere pranams to His Holiness Sri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. And I would like to start today's induction program by introducing our guest today, Dr. M. Kishore, who is Head of Department as well as Professor of Psychiatry, JSS Medical College and Hospital, JSS KHR. Sir was awarded National Fellowship of Dr. Ramachandran N. Murthy Foundation Early Career Professional in 2012. He was invited as guest faculty at AIMS University, Malaysia, 2014. He was JSS University delegate to Mayo Clinic, Rochester, America. He was awarded the 11th International Neuropsychiatry Association Award in 2018. He has presented research work at International Congress of Royal College, Britain. He was editor and founder member of India's first monthly newsletter on psychiatry, Minds for Doctors and Medical Students since 2011. He has published more than a dozen books and chapters in different specialties and books for public. He has published paper in national and international journals, more than 150 publications, including those with SJCE. It's not easy to publish 100 plus research articles. We have to give him a big round of applause. Is currently involved in DST, DBT, ICMR research project worth 5 crores that includes research collaboration at SJCE. He has conducted over 200 seminars, symposium, and workshops. He is guided to many PhD scholars, MD residents, and other postgraduates, including those with SJCE. He is invited as resource person to All India Radio, FM 91.2, and Doordarshan Kannada. He was chairperson of National IPS PG Education. He is closely associated with book clubs of JSS Medical College and Nature Conservation at JSS Campus Nature Club. We are happy to have you here, sir. I request Eri Swami, sir, to welcome him with a sapling. And I did not mention sir's topic. Any guess? Stress management. So it's required for everyone of us, including me. So
seeking the blessings of holiness, it's indeed a privilege to come to SJC. I'm really in gratitude to the principal and faculty of SJC. Most importantly, they allow me to interact with you when you are so young and fresh. How many of you are from Mysore? Raise your hands. Oh my goodness. Very good, very good. How many from Bangalore? Okay. How many from Tamil Nadu? Kerala? Okay. How many from Maharashtra? 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4. How many from rest of India? North? Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic. So, this session, it changed? This session is more to make you interact with me, but what thoughts come to my mind that I give up my hospital working hours and my many things to come to you is that whenever I come, I look that you are the future. You are going to, I don't know how many of you are planning for Nobel. How many of you are planning for Bharat Ratna? How many of you are planning for innovators and leaders and so many things? Because only you can do it. I have crossed that age. And I am very sure that some of you will do amazing work over a period of time. And it's important that we work with you very early in the professional life. While coming, I picked up a book which I am extremely fascinated. It's called Innovators. And they have used a very nice word called as geeks. And we would always say those who join engineering college as geeks, and those who come to medical college quite dull. So this book gave me insight into what are those qualities which makes you exceptional and the amazing work you can do as a team. But life is all about handling day-to-day things also, and that's why they picked up this topic of stress. Now, I'll try to make this as interactive as possible, but you should also try to be interactive. Is that okay? Fine. Now, I'll give you some food for the thought. One of the aspects which comes to our mind is, what is stress? Can anybody? Anybody? What do you think? What is, for you, what is stress? What's the meaning of stress? Yeah. Come on, yeah.
Pressure, the pressure made by the situation around us.
It is pressure made by the situation. Anybody? Yeah. What is stress according to you? Yeah. Anything? Yes. Come on. For you, what is stress? What do you mean by stress? What is your opinion? Physical, mental stress. Somebody said? Overwhelming thoughts. You see, there are so many different opinions about stress. I'm going to give you some example. You figure out. Let's say that your loving mother is serving you a favorite food. Is it stressful? No. Very nice. And you have high fever. Now is it stressful? Very high fever, you can't even taste. You are likely to puke out if you taste something. Isn't it? Let's say your mom is serving your favorite food and there is a internal evaluation for you within 1 hour. You have to come, you have to take. Now, is it stressful? It's stressful. Let's say your mother is serving your favorite food and your parents have received an SMS that you have failed. Now, it is stress for you and your parents also. Okay, it's a parental stress. Now nothing goes inside you. Your loving mother is serving your favorite food, but your father is fully drunk and shouting at home. Now, very stressful, isn't it? See how the same situation, but there are different aspects. You are eating your favorite food, but all your friends and family members say that you are very fat. Now, it is stressful, isn't it? So, stress is part of our everyday life. It is going to be there. We have to work with that aspect. So, the question of stress came to this gentleman couple of years ago, and what he found was phenomenal. Very simple. For him, stress is something non-specific response of the body. Why it is non-specific? Any idea? Different form. For each individual, it seems to be different. Second, stressor is any agent that produces stress. Anything can be stressful. It is different for you, different for others. So, how nicely they have said that each of you are individual. Stress can be different for different people, and the way you react also changes. That's the beauty of understanding the stress. And when you are stressed, you will do only two things. First is, you will fight. Let's take the internals, let's take the things. Or you will run away. There are only two responses, but in between the story, there is also sometimes people get frozen. Humans have evolved like this. We have always evolved, either we face it or we run away from it. And that is the whole idea about why we want to discuss about stress right at the induction program. So many aspects gets deranged when we are stressful, but what is important is about what are these stressful factors for you? What do you think is stressful for you? Any idea? Exam is very stressful, very good. Yeah. Girlfriends are very stressful. Boyfriends are extremely stressful. Then, any? What are the other stressful things? Huh? Very good. Dress code is very stressful. Then? Huh? Oh, okay, okay. Anything? Huh? Huh? Hair loss. Very good. Hair loss is stressful, yeah. Huh? Weight gain. Okay. Huh? So there are many aspects which are extremely stressful. The question is about how do we cope up with the education, managing the stress and time. We have to do something, isn't it? And there are many ways people have tried to work on this. The most important thing which has helped people is, what is it? What is your goal? What goal you had in life will define what is stress. Because these goals are not something sometimes parents and teachers say. These are the goals. Who decides them? You have to decide. If you decide, then it becomes extremely interesting to manage the stress. But if your goals are decided by somebody else, then it is very stressful. So what is that you want to do? You joined the course, you want to excel, you want to have a startup, you want to be a chef, you want to become an astronaut. What is that you want? That should come to you every day in your thoughts. This is it I want to do. I always come and enjoy SJC because this is where I met Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. It was fascinating to meet him here in SJC campus because here is a gentleman who was extremely humble, an engineer, a scientist, a president, and a teacher. How many things you can do, isn't it? So just imagine you have come to the institution where Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam would come. This particular stage, I witnessed a Nobel laureate in imaging studies who came around 3 years back. He was amazing. So when the centenary celebration of the University of Mysore was happening, Nobel laureates came. Many of them came to SJC campus. Can you imagine? So tomorrow, when you define your goals, who knows, you can also have a Nobel Prize, you can also become a startup king, you can also become a president, you can also become a Nobel laureate. It's that what goals are, what is your target. Every time you are stressed, think about what is your target, what is your goal. What is it? Huh? Smile always. Very good. Don't smile during exams. In the internals, we know if you are smiling too much, we know some zeros will come automatically there. Now, people have looked at in the JSS Medical College, many of our youngsters like you who said that they feel sad, they feel upset. I said, what is that you can do? So these group of students, they meet at one place in a group of 5 or 6. Okay, and they discuss about what makes them to feel sad, what makes them feel happy, and they found out their own way of approaching the problems. It is not dictated by the parents or the teachers. Who should say how you should live, how you should be happy? It's you, it's your group of students. So they wonderfully published that data saying that in campus, group of students can manage their stress, their sadness and they can define their happiness. So you imagine what group of students can actually do apart from using social media. So this is a wonderful example, but remember, those of you have habit of keeping a smile on the face, that's fantastic thing to do all the time. There is a lot of data that the more you share happiness, not online, offline. When you meet people, when you interact, when you discuss, and you share all your things, people seem to be much more happy. Not that putting status on the Instagram. So we had this wonderful example. We asked the group of students who come to say how many friends they have in Instagram, Facebook, and the WhatsApp. They have 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000. Some people had 5,000. Then we told them, put up the status as, I am sick, I am running fever. You know what happened after they posted that? Nobody replied. All emojis came. Nobody gave a call to them. Because all their friends are, yes, they all are there in the social media. They are not there next to you. So when you start sharing happiness with others, that's the best time. And that has to be done most of the time in person when you interact. That defines a lot of things about stress. One of the very important stress busters is willing to help others. We have some campus group of students who have formed their club. You know what they do? Every month they define which area they should go in Mysore and figure out what changes can be done, what help can be done, what is that they can do there. And this group of students are extremely happy most of the time. They define where to go. They have taken up many parts of Mysore where they visit often and ensure small things are done. For example, being part of this People for Animals. They spend some time there to support those things. Sometimes they go to the, I think on the Kukrali Lake, there is a very nice group which works for preserving the lake. So these people all the time look for helping others. Just remember, the moment you start helping your batchmate, your junior, your senior, these are the things which are going to help you to handle day-to-day stress. That's the most important. And don't try to help during the exams. So some people are extremely helpful during the exams, showing the answer sheet, trying to do something. If you want to help, do that before you take the exams. Becoming an adult is a very, very problematic. So don't even try to become an adult. Some of these people, if you have known Dalai Lama, APJ Abdul Kalam, Ben Carson, they're extremely childlike. They're always happy because they don't assume that they have grown up and they have to act like an adult. So I always tell this story when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam came to this college in Mysore. They had arranged a huge podium and he entered the gate. For 30 minutes, he never came to the stage. So people were curious, what is this president doing? He entered the gate but has not taken up the stage for such a long time. You know what he was doing? He stood there at the entrance where they were playing Nadaswara. So he was listening to Nadaswara for 10 to 15 minutes, saying how blissful it is, how enjoyable it is. Can you imagine how much of childlike heart they have? One of the most distressing thing is that when you become adult, you throw up things. You shout at your parents, you shout at your mom, you want to show that you have grown up, isn't it? But remember, that's the worst thing for your heart. The more you have like a child, like a heart, it is more happy. What's the most important aspect of stress buster? Forgive others. That's a very difficult thing. Have you tried forgiving people? How many of you have tried? Raise your hands. Forgiving somebody else. Oh, good, good. There are a couple of people. Very good. Some people, if they see something against them in the social media, done. For rest of the life, they will not talk. They would have killed the relationship, they have killed the bonding. And they create so much of hatred even for the faculty. Oh, our teacher, ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಇವರು. They start throwing up things. Remember, forgiveness is a quality of a God. If you have forgiveness in your heart, just remember that the gods reside in you. While coming, I saw a t-shirt, devil is inside anta. White t-shirt in there, devil is inside. So it's true that by birth, there are a lot of devils in us, but you can bring in the gods. When you go to Amarnatha, they say this Shiva is Bholenath. You know, what is this? Why do you call the Lord Shiva as Bholenath? Because they found out that there was a devotee of Lord Shiva whose job was to curse the god. All the time he was to curse Shiva. And when he died, people told Shiva, look, this person who cursed you has died. So he said, get him in the palaki. Leke aao usko. So this person was baffled. I have cursed all my life and Shiva has brought me in this such a nice, grand manner. So he was baffled. And Shiva said, whether you curse or you don't curse, my job is to protect, save, take care of the people. So that's why he's called Bholenath, innocent man. Forgiveness is one of the most important stress busters in education, because you are going to meet many people and it is going to be very difficult. Most importantly, one of the aspects of stress buster is what you should have: good friends. Where do you get them? Where do you get your good friends? Obviously, they will not come in social media. They are next to you. They sit together. They meet. They interact. How many friends you can have in your life? Close friends. How many? Just give numbers. 2 or 3? Huh? There are no numbers, yeah? 10. Very good. How many friends, how many close friends you can ever have? Huh? 10. Data says it's extremely difficult to have more than 4 or 5 close friends. It's not easy. You just see. It's not about meeting and then finishing off. It's about sharing, and you have to stay together ups and downs for many years. That's not easy. That's never easy. See, friendship is like banking. Who has to put the money in the bank? You have to put the money in the bank. Who will give the returns? Interest? Bank will give. Friendship is also like that. Only those people who invest in friendship will get returns. No investment in friendship, no returns. As good as it. So your time with the friends is what will nourish and take you forward. So make sure you have best of best friends as much as you can. There is a very nice thing which happens in college. You get into trouble because you can't distinguish whether you are in relationship or friendship. Whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or really a friend. Now that is major headache in the colleges, because you can't distinguish whom you want to consider as a partner, who is likely to stay with you as a friend. The whole mess up happens because you can't distinguish between what is dedication, what do you mean by honesty in friendship, And what do you mean by responsibility? So if you are not even responsible for your immediate goals, how can you have a person who is likely to be continuing with you for rest of your life? That's nonsense. And many boys and girls develop this close proximity. They share many things on social media and everything is messed up. So you have just tried to be very close with another opposite gender and that has now gone out of your hand. You are messed. So the best thing is define who is the friendship, what are the issues, especially intimacy and sexual relationships. Be very careful. Be very careful. Because what you thought as a close thing, somebody is defining as a, you have broken the privacy. Now you are in the messed up with the court. You are now in the police station. You circulated somebody's photo. You started to give some vulgar things in the social media. Now you are messed up. So the headache in the educational institute is define what is that you mean by friendship and relationship. That is going to save you a lot of time. The most important work to a stress buster is, what is it? Teamwork. Always teamwork. Juniors, seniors, different batches, different specialities. Once you work as a team, you can make it. That's one of the most important things which has defined science. When you want to bunk the class, teamwork. You should never come alone. It's a very stressful aspect for the teachers. You want to take off together. Okay? So, teamwork is a new defining term, and that's how we are all progressing. What is the most important aspect for stress buster? Be extremely confident and proud of yourself. I remember a student, one of your seniors, who came to me that she wants to do this data mining of all the tweets which are available. I asked what is that she wants to do. She said, if there are any indicators, if the person is stressed, can we send an automated message that your tweets are coming in a distressed state? Do you require help? This is 8-10 years back she came to me. Can you imagine how forward she was while she was thinking? Now we are using AI and predicting whether when you put a message in WhatsApp, Facebook and other things, can there be automated message to ensure that you require help, that your life should be saved? What can be done? So this is what a person who is proud and very confident can think about. So think about those things which will help you. The other thing which is extremely useful in your practice is respect the weak. Who is this weak? This person is next to you or in the class who may not know or may not be able to read the way you learn. He has problems in language. He is not as good as you are. He may not get that idea the way you are getting, but it is important that we involve them. Tomorrow, you will have juniors, isn't it? You will become seniors. And how do you interact with them? What do you do? How do you have conversations with them? How do you interact with a person who takes care of the labs, who is uneducated, who is there in the lab? These are the things which are going to be helpful for your work. Always respect the weak. That's one of the important factors for joys in life. Obviously, when you join the engineering college, what you should do? Indulge. When do you indulge and what do you indulge in? Ideas? Huh? Activities, hobbies. Excellent. Very good. What kind of hobbies? Sports? Offline or online? Offline. Very good. Yeah. Yeah? Yes. What kind of hobbies? dance, painting. Mysore gives you fantastic opportunity to nourish your hobbies. If you don't have, start one. That is one of the most important aspects. The more you have your hobbies, it's going to take you a long time in your profession. Don't give up on hobbies, because that is one thing which is going to save you a lot. All your energy you should have at least periodically spend time on hobbies. What is it? Work from time to time. Engineering is one profession where people want to work only in the last hours during the internals exams. They're extremely active and they get all the nonsense ideas only in the last few hours. Okay. That's not the things. You have to give quality of time for your studies. If you do it regularly, many people enjoy even during their internals and examination. I remember a couple of the friends whom we had, their job was even before the exams, they would watch movie, go out, come to the exams, finish. Because they were confident of what they were doing every day. People spend so much of time outside the institution, and during the exam, everything becomes distressing. So don't do it. What is that? Most important factor in happiness, gratitude. If you have gratitude for your father, mother, your relatives, your teacher, remember, you will always be happy. You know, during COVID, how many people died? No? At least 44 million people died. Some of your parents, some of your relatives did not survive in this period. It's extremely difficult time. But remember, you are lucky because you are alive, your parents might be alive, and that's one of the reasons we are all together in this institution. But if you don't have that gratitude, life is extremely stressful. If you are not thankful, remember, you are in the mess up of life. To enjoy life, you are expected to do more than what is thinking. What is that you can do more than what is expected? What is this more than expected? There are many things a student can do. And I hope you know you will have too many opportunities in this institution, in this campus, to see what can be done here. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples over a period of time. But please don't take up education in a mind that you will always are interested in making money. So that's extremely stressful aspect of life. If you are hell bent on making money and all, just remember what happens to those people who are money grubbers. They lose all the peace of time. They lose everything. And I can give you so many examples of those people who lost their peace of mind when going behind money. And other thing is, what is it? Some of you are already in that mode. That you have now become like a trained dog. You go into your mobile phone, you stick to your mobile phone, you can't come out of the mobile phone. And these people who spend so much of time with the mobile phone, they are extremely irritable, lonely. They always fill your hearts with sadness. They are always grumpy. They are not cheerful because their whole life is on the social media, their thing. It does not stimulate at all. The brain is not meant for it. People go crazy by spending hours and hours on the thing. They think that those aspects which are interesting, once they feed in the YouTube or the social media, the AI is going to give you 10 times more. Same topic, same content. It will not change. It is going to take you to the worst of worst in that area. So that's why these people are very, very crazy. But the best thing is that you can manage your phones. You should set the limits of how much limits you want to keep for your game, your social media, and utility. The more control you have, you are a master of mobile phone, or else you are a very trained person which is handled by the media. And obviously, your campus is beautiful and you have been doing many things. I believe sports is one thing which is going to keep you joyful. Never give up on sports. Walk, yoga, exercise. These are time tested methods. Remember, those people who are in active sport, they are much more brighter, much more creative, and much more clear in many aspects. Okay. Mysore has given you many things, and you have so many friends in Mysore. Now you can have many aspects which are going to enrich. There are fantastic groups in Mysore. Trekking groups are there. There are groups for music. There are groups for, photography. You have to figure out which group you are keen. These are some of the clubs we started. I don't know how many clubs the campus of SJC has. We have Nature Club, we have Book Club, and we have been running it for more than 8 years now. So, if you have a club in your campus, make sure you are part of it. That's a sure way for you to enjoy your life. And that if there is no club of your choice, start one club. That's another way of making it. If you don't have a club of that particular nature, start. That makes really great. And remember, when you are in difficult times, there is somebody to help you. Note down this number 14416. It's available 24/7 in 11 languages. Any kind of distress, if you feel, make sure you give a call. You feel anxious, you feel low, you are afraid, you know somebody has started using cannabis, you know you have tried taking too much of alcohol, now you have started to smoke cigarettes, you have started to use some of the things which you should not have tried, and you don't know what to do. Telemanus gives you confidential service. And by logging into eSanjeevani, you can access the doctors right from your hostels and rooms. They will send you the prescription, they will treat you. That's a most important aspect for your seeking help. Remember, taking help is a sign of strength. Remember, whenever you are in trouble, the more you try to seek help, you will continue to have more strength in life. Never ever keep quiet when you are in trouble. I remember many people who get messed up for many things, they end up with serious notes on this. This is one way to offer help. Can you change? Yeah. One of the major headaches in educational institution is suicide. Have you heard about suicide? Have you had a friend who had committed suicide? Do you have a relative who committed suicide? Remember, suicide is much more common than we think. For every suicide where a person dies, there are at least 20 suicide attempts. And you are in this country, suicide is a huge problem, especially in South India. Now, what we don't know about and which you should always remember is that if there is a family history of suicide, just remember that's a very high risk. If somebody has attempted previously, that's the maximum risk. If anybody has attempted previously, remember their risk goes up very high. And many people who think that when they are in distress, they cope up by taking alcohol, on that day they commit suicide. First drink, that's very peculiar in India. First drink of beer or alcohol, when they are in distress state, people have committed suicide because they can't think what exactly happens. So major issue with the students is about what is that they can do for saving life. How many of you are interested in saving life? Raise your hand. Fantastic. All of you want to save life. That's one of the, I think it's gone. This is a simple app we made. It's called Self-Assessment for Life. The Mysore District Commissioner, Abhiram Shankar, he inaugurated this, launched this app. It's 1.26 GB MB space, and any person confidentially can take help or assist somebody to see what can be done. Self-assessment for life. We have made this free. Very interestingly, it does not capture any person's name or phone number. Okay, it is fully automated. Once you download, it does not require Wi-Fi. Can you see? You have very simple data in this, okay, to capture when you want to help someone. Next. It looks at what age, what is the gender of the individual, what is the marital status, and once you feed the data, it will categorize the person into high risk, low risk, or moderate risk. It automatically gives you take help urgently if the risk is very high. Now what can be done in that is immediately there are list of contacts and details which somebody can be used. So you can immediately call all the helpline numbers which are there 24/7. Okay. So if you think that you want to help somebody and you think that this person is likely to end life, this is one strategy. Next. It also connects to the doctors. You can connect a doctor in your district. Let's say you are from Bangalore and you want somebody to see from Bangalore. You can connect. If somebody is from North India, you can choose which of the doctors you want to choose. So you can choose to save life. Next. One of the major headaches in colleges, alcohol, ganja, cigarettes, and other things. Boys and girls take it because they think it is a very cool thing. I want to tell you that's a foolish thing. I'll tell you why. They don't tell you that those boys who smoke cigarette, who take alcohol, develop sexual dysfunctions. Why are there so much of infertility centers? Because these boys and girls who smoke, they lose their sexual drive, they lose their sperms and the thing. Companies are not interested to tell you all these things because they want you to look at your hero in the film and make you smoke. One of the major headaches with the smoking is it makes infertility. Next. For girls, those girls who smoke and take alcohol, they look older than they are. They lose their ability to become pregnant. Even when they conceive, they have deformed children. So the goodness in their skin is destroyed by their habit of taking beer, breezer, and alcohol and things. That's why if you open up any channel, TV channel at around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you will get all things about how to manage your sexual function. Because there is such a huge problem among boys and girls who smoke cigarettes, take ganja, and take alcohol. So you choose what is that you want, and your partner, the kind of person you want, whether you will be able to choose somebody who is a smoker, who takes cannabis, who drinks alcohol. What is that you want? That decision you have to make. Next. Very simple things. If you have never tried any time, don't try it. The earlier you try, your brain get messed up. That's why if 3 people ever try a cigarette or anything, out of 3, 2 people can never come out of it. That's the habit. These are substances which are meant to take again and again. Second, if you have any family member, your father, uncle, brother, anybody who has serious problem with alcohol or cigarettes, don't try, because it looks like there is a genetic predisposition. If you try, you are likely to be higher risk compared to somebody who does not have a close relative who has problem with alcohol or this. Third, whenever you are extremely happy or sad, don't try it. Because once you pair alcohol or cigarette with your happiness, every time you have to make that pair. It has to go like that. You will feel like when you want to feel sad, you feel like taking alcohol. When you have to be happy, you will feel like taking alcohol. It's messed up. Brain is now problematic. Third, the last is never ever hesitate to take help. If you are already taking alcohol or taking cigarettes or chewing tobacco, you can easily give it up. There are nice ways, and I've given you a couple of phone numbers also. And never hesitate to say no to friends, because once you firmly say no, your friend is not likely to push you further on that. So be brave, be bold, and always look for the things. A lot of problem comes in life because many boys and girls who are very dishonest, who always use other ways to achieve, they look happy and cheerful, and they feel you think that they are successful. That's a wrong message. Just remember, when you are honest and humble and you have too many good values, you are likely to have see more trouble, but remember, in long term you will be extremely peaceful. So choose your way, which is the shortcut, which is the long one. Shortcut, you have to use all devious ways, you have to change the way you approach, and you get into the trouble most of the time. Okay, and that's one of the reasons those people are extremely stressed. They talk about headache, body ache, pain. All pains are because of these kind of stressful aspects in their brain. Nowadays we are seeing so many headaches, no? Body pains. These are all because of you are extremely entangled with the mobile phone and the other media, which creates the body is not accustomed for this most of the time. And poor attention span. You can't tolerate beyond few minutes. Your friends can't keep concentrating because they are messed up with that, and that's why they have road traffic accidents. When you drive, you can't focus. You are likely to get into the mess most of the time. There are a lot of aspects about mental health. I'll tell you one or two quickly. Sadness and depression are two different things. Just remember. Sadness and depression are two different things. Just like seasons. You just remember what season it is. If it is rainy season, it will be rains and clouds and other things. Depression is something which is continuous. If you feel sad, if you are lost interest and you are not able to enjoy what you are doing for more than 2 weeks, only then the World Health Organization says it is depression. If you are sad momentarily, that is normal part. So if you have these features, now it is a major headache for us that those students who have depression, they perform poorly, they do not optimize their learning, they seem to have less relationship which is cordial. So one of the aspects is about how do you talk about depression. And many features are confusing. In depression, some people have more appetite, they eat more, they tend to gain weight. It's a paradoxical. In elderly, in adults, they don't sleep well and they seem to have problem with the appetite, they don't eat. But youngsters, when they are depressed, they eat more and they sleep more. These are different problems associated with depression. There are certain conditions which are rare, but I want you to know if you have anything, you should always take help. For example, obsessive compulsive disorder, where a person is extremely concerned with symmetry. It has to be done in this manner only. Extremely concerned with repeated hand washing, 10 times, 12 times, 30 times, cleaning themselves. So if you have any of this, just make sure, for like any other condition, you can take treatment. It's much easier once you have these things. And I've already told you about substances, but some very rare conditions like schizophrenia, where a person is extremely suspicious to the core that there are people outside who are trying to kill them, there are people from other planets who are going to murder, followed up. These are there. When you find somebody, it is important that you recognize and take help on the aspects. Okay. People have now eating disorders. They eat up so much of junk food that they put on weight and then they puke to reduce the weight. Sometimes they don't eat for days together and they binge on the food. Eating disorder is a new thing which has come in this part of the world. For 20 years back, we did not see people coming with eating disorders. Now we are seeing them. They have more hormonal changes because they have messed up with all the food they have. So I want you to take this last message. What factors make you more stressful? There are personal characters and there are environmental. Those people who have poor ethics, who don't follow moral values, who don't get along others, and they have serious personal problems, this is the one which causes maximum stress. But there are also other people always in hurry, over ambitious, short tempered. So you figure out whether you or your friend has one of them. And there are very nice strategies to handle the
Exam
things.
pressure, deadlines, job interviews and presentations can all make you feel like a nervous wreck. Just when you need to remain calm,
This is a very simple video. It's worth watching.
your voice sounds strange and your mind goes blank. Well, the little neuroscience, there are 3 easy and reliable techniques you can use to literally keep calm and carry on no matter what. Of course, there are other things you can do to combat stress, but this trio of tips will hopefully give you instant calm. First, a breathing exercise. I want you to take a deep belly breath through your nose for 5 seconds, hold it for a second, then push all the air out through your nose slowly, counting to 5. Repeat a few times and you'll feel calmer. For centuries, yogis and Buddhists have used controlled breathing techniques like this to gain the upper hand over the nervous system. And science is beginning to understand how it works. Researchers identified a specific network of neurons in the brainstem, called the pre-boxer complex, that regulates breathing and communicates with other parts of the brain. Under stress, we tend to breathe very quickly as our body prepares for danger, which is useful if you need to run away, but not if you're about to speak in public. The good news is that by breathing deeply and slowly, you can change the message your brain's receiving from danger to all is well. So the next time you feel panic rising, use deep breathing through your nose to force your body into a state of calm. And the best thing is, no one will notice, not even your audience. Now you're ready for the humming. A single note, your favourite tune, literally anything will do. Why? Well, studies in how we regulate heart rate have shown that humming can stimulate one of the most important parts of the body you've never heard of, the vagus nerve. It was named the Wanderer, in Latin, because it emerges from the brain and meanders up and down the body like a superhighway of communication, connecting the brain to organs like the heart, lungs and stomach, voice box and ears. A 2013 study of choristers showed that singing, humming and mantras all help keep the heart's rhythm in there. So the next time you feel your heart racing, sing a song or just hum a note and let your own wandering nerve restore calm. The final tip is to focus. When you're busy, it's tempting to multitask, but if you want to stay calm and actually get stuff done, don't. Scans show your brain can only do one thing at a time. When you do two things at once, it has to switch between them very rapidly and gets overstimulated and floods your body with stress hormones. By working the way your brain is wired and doing one thing at a time, you can quickly go from feeling overwhelmed to calm. So break your task down into small parts or steps. Circle the one thing you need to do next and forget about the other tasks until their time comes. This is sometimes called process thinking and is used by sports coaches to help athletes focus. Doing just one thing at a time with your fullest attention keeps your mind in the here and now and is a great habit to develop. So next time you feel panic rising, stop and remember to breathe, hum and focus. Let us know how you get on.
That's a simple thing about breathe, hum, and focus. That's a very nice strategy. It takes time for you to learn, but you can. But the other data which says people are extremely happy when they have green environment. That's the new data we have. So remember, the more green campus you are, the more you are outside your mobile phone, you are likely to be less stressed. And there are beautiful examples from the country. People have found that in Bhutan, where there is so much of greenery, is much more happier place compared to other countries. So just choose to be in the more green place and also make sure that you contribute to the green every time. So stress, I think it is inevitable part of our life. The only way to lead is to manage them. And we have just given you some glimpse on what you can do, but I'm sure that you will also be able to devise your own strategies for handling stress. And I hope one day some of you will become Nobel laureates or Bharat Ratna awardees or leaders, and you will tell us about how did you manage your stress. Thank you so much.
Any questions? If you have any question, you can ask, sir. No questions? Okay. On behalf of JSSSTU, I'd like to thank Dr. Kishore, who has been always willingly agreeing to our invitations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Next session will start at exactly 12. You have a bio break now. Please assemble back before 12. Thank you. So, 2 minutes.
Yeah.